What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Sports Estimators video. Today we will be going over Liga MX Jornada 7, Chivas versus América recap. We are also going to be diving into Milito ball a little bit, and we will have our Hidden Gem segment as well. And then at the end of the video, we will be kind of going over Anselmi versus Milito, having that Cruz Azul versus this Chivas. And stick around, you guys will see why we're putting them head to head together. Probably be a good way for you guys to see how we deep dive and are thinking of modern day Liga MX soccer and the trend that's been going on, the play styles. And let's get into it. So let's go over Viernes Botanero games first. Tigres versus Pachuca. Who do you got?
I like Tigres. Tigres won 3 of the last 5 between these two. Last 2 at home. But Pachuca is in form, undefeated in their last 5 games. But one thing to note about that is that 4 of them, they've been at home, which is interesting scheduling. It's been pretty beneficial for them. Tigres across all competitions has scored 9 goals at home in their last 2 home games. Damn. So they've been dominant at home, and Pachuca hasn't been doing that well away. So I'm picking Tigres.
Okay. Ooh, I like the stats that you brought up because I have Pachuca's only loss this season was to Chivas. Tigre has lost to Cruz Azul and Pumas. And in the last 10 matchups, Pachuca has only beat Tigres twice. But like you said, Pachuca is a little bit in form right now. But I have this game going into a tie. I'm going to stick with my gun.
Not mad at it. I could see that for sure. All right, let's move on to the next game, Puebla versus América. I'll let you go first on this one.
All right, so I think América is finally going to win again. But this time I think they finally scored 2 goals. But one thing about this América team, bro. Is this the worst América you've seen in years? When's the last time you saw an América this down in the mud? Because I don't even think the Brazilians do anything for this team, to be honest. I think this is going to take some time for them to acclimate to the height.
Yeah, that's a good point. I definitely agree with that. Honestly, it's been a while, but I mean, they're coming off of one of their best runs, eras. You know, so it's kind of, that's not really saying much, I don't think. And even then, I'm not completely, I still think they can make a run at the title this season. And I think a lot of it is going to have to do with the Brazilians getting acclimated, like you said, to not only to the altitude in Mexico, but also to their teammates' playing style. Because Vega, he's a very technical player, but he's not really a player that you play into space. He's more of a play into his feet, link up for 1-2s, or, make runs and then he'll find you. So I think the América players need to adapt to his playing style, because ultimately I think if he's at his best, then he's going to make everybody around him better. And I think that will come. I mean, this is only his 2nd game, but once the Brazilians get acclimated, because even Lima, he's a very good midfielder who can score goals from outside of the box, which is going to give the América team a different dynamic, because that's what they're lacking right now is goals. They actually are the lowest scoring team this season with 3 goals, followed by, coincidentally, Puebla with 4. But yeah, I'm not giving up on this season. I still think they could make a run at the title. But again, it's going to come down to how quickly the Brazilians could adapt.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Vega's the creative player that América desperately needs. And even in the game against Chivas, I don't think he had a good game. But there was a couple plays where you could just tell that his teammates weren't on the same page with him about what he was trying to do. Yeah. And in a lot of plays, they kind of let him down, because, he would hit them for that initial pass, and he was trying to get it back. But then they were just, I feel like his rhythm is actually still
slow.
It's slow, and he's slow physically, but he's still quick, decision making wise. Okay. And I think the América players need to adapt to that. Yeah. And he still needs to adapt to the altitude, because he did look sluggish in that Chivas game. But as for this matchup, I definitely like América to bounce back. Yeah. Because again, 3 goals only so far this season. That's last, but luckily Puebla is second to last. And even though América is struggling, their defense is actually still really good. They've allowed the second fewest goals this tournament with 3.
Yeah. Damn, bro. What if this is a 1-0 game?
1-0 game? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because this team is still struggling. You know, they haven't looked good. They lack creativity offensively. Going back to the Chivas game, not having Zendejas, I think, played a factor. I don't think he would have changed the outcome, but I think it would have looked a lot better.
He was injured?
Yeah.
I saw that he was out with his girl all weekend. Coincidentally.
Dead. Something's not adding up, huh?
No. Hey, but if I was him, I'd be out all weekend with her too.
That's all I got for this game. I have more of the game against Chivas that we could go over after the picks.
Right. Yeah.
But that's actually the last Friday game. Only 2 Friday games this week.
America playing on a Friday and then Tigres playing on a Friday. I think they wanted to switch up Mazatlan, Querétaro.
Juárez.
Puebla's playing though, so it's pretty. It sounds about right.
No Juárez. I feel like Juárez plays every Friday.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Saturday's game. First one, Atlas versus Atlético San Luis. What do you like in this one?
All right, so this game has been very back and forth for the last 5 matchups. Atlas wins one, San Luis wins one. So it's honestly, on paper, they're both pretty evenly matched. But Atlas hasn't lost a game at home since August 2025. And they lost to América, coincidentally. But I really like this Atlas team, bro. And then a shout out to our boy Alexis. He's been putting us on to a few of their Atlas players. And Sergio Hernandez, bro. Against Pumas, I was watching that game and I was watching him play, bro, and I was very impressed. I was like, damn, bro, who is that short number 199? And you know when they got the triple digits, bro, you know, like, all right, you got to keep an eye out for this fool. But yeah, I really like that Atlas team, but as you know, I really like San Luis a lot too. Yeah. But San Luis is streaky. And Atlas is a little bit more consistent. Yeah. So I got Atlas to win.
I agree. Atlas is also the better team defensively. So I think that's going to help them other than the fact that they're at home. And you talked about how this is a back and forth matchup between these two teams. But one thing that is consistent is the home team is 5-0 in the last games. So the last 5 times that these teams have played, the home team has won. Okay. So I think that trend continues and Atlas wins at home.
That's a good stat.
Moving on to the next game.
Battle of Ass.
There's another one too.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But yeah, definitely Battle of Ass. Last place versus third to last place, I believe. Yep. But I got Leon in this one. Santos has already given up 6 more goals than any other team in the league. They are horrible defensively. I feel bad for Acevedo because he has to make hella slaves just to give up like 3 goals a game type. So give me Leon at home.
Bro, I got this game as a tie.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I just don't see a spark out of any of these teams, bro. Like, I don't know who for Leon. I don't know who could give him like a spark on offense. Let's see. Let's just go down real quick. Live on paper. Let's see. Their squad. Cambindo, 2 goals. Dominguez, who is that?
Cambindo could be it, but he hasn't gotten out to a good start. This Leon team, when I was watching them play against Querétaro, I thought they were doing a pretty good job of creating chances, but yeah, they've been struggling to score goals.
Yeah, bro. It's just, I think this team is just way too young, bro. Like, who's 23? Daniel Arcila, Echeverria. There's a bunch of fools I don't even know how it's.
They got my boy Reyes that was on América.
30
the
years
left back.
Old. Yeah, this is the most horrible Leon team I've ever seen, and this is why we need to have fucking repechaje. Not repechaje. What's that shit called? Ascenso and descenso, bro. Like, Santos should have been on 2 years ago. Leon should be on their way out. Mazatlan, well, they're gonna nuke that team soon enough. So, but yeah, bro, there should be fucking Ascenso and descenso as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
But should it be ascenso descenso? Should it be after a whole year?
Yeah.
Or should it be season to season?
Nah, after a whole year. It'd be just way too volatile if it was every 6 months.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Necaxa versus Toluca. Who do you got?
I got Toluca, but this might be a potential upset alert because Necaxa has quietly won back-to-back games. Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, Toluca doesn't give up goals. They've only allowed 2 so far, which is best in the league. So even though they're away from home, I still got Toluca beating Necaxa.
Okay. Yeah, I got Toluca to win as well. Necaxa hasn't beat Toluca in their last 11 matchups. But one thing to note about this Toluca team, even though they are good defensively, offensively, they seem to be missing a fundamental piece, and that fundamental piece is Vega. You could really tell when he's on the pitch compared to when he's off of it. The fluidity just isn't there offensively. Like, they have a lot more exits, when they're transitioning from defense to offense. I feel like they rely heavily on Marcelo to find somebody out wide, or they rely heavily on Paulinho making a run into open space for Marcelo to find them. And if that doesn't work out, then it's just kind of like Marcelo's just looking for the next open man, and that next open man was always Vega to create a little bit more space, disrupt the defense. And since that's not there this season, you could really see that Toluca has taken a step back offensively a little bit.
They've been struggling to score goals for sure.
Yeah.
So I think they've definitely missed Alexis to start, but at least for this matchup, I think when I watch Toluca play, I think they actually still create a decent amount of chances. They just haven't been, as they say in Spanish, contundente.
Yeah. But this Necaxa team, bro, I think they're almost close to piecing it all together. They and there's some pretty good hidden gems in that team, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There's one that I've noted that I've kept in the tuck, waiting for him to do a little bit more to see if he makes an appearance.
Well, my hidden gem of the week is actually a player from Necaxa.
Ooh, yeah. I would think I know who it is. I think I know who it is.
Who?
I'm not gonna say, but it's an FR.
Yep.
Oh, bro, tell me why we would have had the same one,
bro.
But I changed it.
I had him last week.
Oh,
because we didn't shoot last week. I had him last week, and then I just transferred it over.
I know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hat trick of assist.
Yeah.
Okay, Chewy, I see you doing your homework.
Did you do your homework all the way on him?
I did. But the only reason why I changed it was because like how I said, I just needed a little bit more.
So you think he's a baller?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I'm glad you said that because you know who he's from. Well, you know who he came out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So they still be producing. They still be producing. But yeah. So what do you got for this game? Toluca still winning. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Next game of the week.
Game of the season.
You think so?
Yeah.
Already?
Number 1 versus number 2.
Yes, in the standings. Which is why I actually have a tie for this game.
Okay.
Because I think these two teams have been the best to start the season off.
Mm-hmm.
They have similar playing styles in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they even have the same lineup and setup tactically. I do want to note that I think Ibanez is a really good pickup for Cruz Azul. I think he's going to help them out a lot. And Chivas, I'm going to dive deeper into Milito ball once we're done with our picks, but you have to give credit where credit is due. They've definitely been the best team so far.
Yeah, they have been. Chivas USA.
Statistically and, as far as the eye test, I think they've looked the best team too. But I don't see them just, going undefeated and just winning every game, you know what I mean? If they do that, I'll fucking put on a Chivas jersey. So, against a team like Cruz Azul, away from home, I think this game will end in a tie.
Okay. All right. Well, now you just pissed me off giving them a little bit too much credit. So, let me just take this jacket off real quick because, Cruz Azul is going to end up getting the dub this weekend. And I'm a little bit pissed because I'm only going to be able to see the first half. But...
Let me feel this?
Oh, yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it.
All right, now let me feel it.
I know, but it's a little cold. You got the little... what is this shit called? Not Velcro.
I know what you mean.
Velour? Velour? Is it velour?
It might be.
And the little soft little textures, you know what I'm saying? I finally, completed the collection. I think there's a black one out there too, but...
Richard Nunez.
If you guys...
Streets won't forget.
The streets will never forget this Atletico Madrid legend. He's only there for a little bit though, but... All right, let me dive deep into this Chivas USA versus Cruz Azul.
Chivas USA.
All right, but
hey, low key, huh?
Bro, hell yeah, that shit pisses me off, bro. I'm more Mexican than some of those players on there, bro. I'm not gonna get into too much detail of why I'm more Mexican than a few of those players there, but it's a little hot out. But shit pisses me off. But anyways, just like last season, where after we played Chivas, they ended up going to, they started winning. Mm-hmm. This time around, after we play Chivas, we're gonna start to see them lose.
You're gonna expose them?
Yes, we are gonna expose them because the only real team, and we're gonna find out if they're really pretenders or contenders. And I know that's a little bit contradictory to what we've been saying this whole season about them, that obviously we see them in the final, we see them that they're going to be in semifinals, and shout out to you Chivas fans, because you guys stand tall behind your guys' team online
when they're winning.
But the only win versus a top 8 team this season has been against Pachuca. Other than that, it's only been against bottom 10 teams. América, Juárez, Mazatlan, Querétaro, I think, was one of them. Bro, and then for the Mazatlan game, they only beat them 2-1. The only time they've had a differential of 2+ goals to win was their first game against Pachuca. And given, like how you said, Pachuca, that was their first game away.
They've been menos a más. So that's... Yeah. It's not the same Pachuca we're seeing now.
And... I'm gonna tell you why Cruz Azul is gonna beat Chivas. In the last 10 years, there has been 23 matches played, just league matches played against each other. You know how many times Chivas has beat Cruz Azul in those 23 matches?
Twice.
You're giving them 5 times. 5 times. Okay. 5 times. 5 times. But you know when their last win against us was?
At home, or just in general?
Just in general.
2017.
You gotta work with me here. It's November 4th, 2023. So we as in Cruz Azul, we're finally finding our footing, and the most important place to win this game is going to be in the midfield. We have the best midfield with Paradela, Palavecino, Charlie, and Jeremy. Now, the only thing...
Luca Romero?
He's like me when he comes off the bench. Like a chicken with his head cut off. Sometimes. But Chivas can exploit our weaknesses on the wings with Cotorro and Richie, because they do their job very well. And this is kind of, I'm going to elaborate more on this Milito ball a little further. But... with Hormiga, we need Lira to have him lock the fuck down like how he did on Sunday against Tigres with Buffalo. And I feel like if we're able to lock Hormiga down, it's going to be... Chivas is going to have to find a way to have Piojo or Efra step up. And obviously, they definitely can. Yeah. But that's where, our center backs... are gonna have to be like lock in and and just find a way to not make mental mistakes, to where that's been our biggest hurdle, is we always shoot ourselves on the foot and we make those big mental mistakes that end up costing us a loss. But I think this season we haven't really seen much of that, and like I said, our midfield is what's gonna win us this game. and I strongly feel that this is going to be a 3-2 game.
Okay. I don't know if I see it that high scoring, but I think it is going to be a close game for sure. Now that I think about it, though, I think if you look at like the way these teams line up, I think tactically Chivas might have the advantage because if they have like their three up top with Piojo, Hormiga, and Efra, are the three center backs going to be marking them one-on-one?
No, you know what I mean? I think what we'll do is we'll ultimately have Lira and Jeremy. Probably not even Jeremy. We'll probably switch them off with you have to have Lira be down there and have one of the midfielders drop back to help him. So we'd have to have another center. We kind of don't have another center defensive midfielder, but we definitely need one of them to drop back and kind of help. Or we could have our Rotondi or whoever ends up playing on the right side, whether that be Omar Campos. Omar Campos, though, locked fucking Linus down last game, which was kind of surprising because I thought Linus was going to exploit him.
He got him one time pretty bad, though.
Yeah.
But Campos actually got him back. But one thing like to note is I think your guys' wing backs are going to have to be a little bit more defensive this game.
Yeah.
Because of not only their wing backs, but also those three guys up front.
Yeah.
I feel like your back line is going to have to be on the same page against this Chivas team.
Yeah.
So that's why I say tactically, I think I might give Chivas the edge. But to your point, if Cruz Azul's midfield can dominate and kind of control the possession and tempo of the game, then I definitely could see them having a positive result.
Yeah, bro, because Govea also, who's the other one that plays in the mid?
Also.
Bro, we're going to dog walk them, bro. What the fuck?
That's true because even though they play with the back three, it's low-key like a 3-4-3 that Chivas plays sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the wing backs go up. And then, at least against América, you had also and Govea. It was just those two in the center. Yeah. Where if you guys have your normal three, then obviously you're going to have the numerical advantage in midfield.
Yeah. And then offensively, bro, who the fuck is going to stop Paradela? Or even if Ramon decides to go with two strikers, bro?
Bro, Campillo can stop their whole team by himself. That's the narrative damn near we've been seeing.
A washed Henry Martin, bro? Okay.
I'm going to tap into that too, by the way.
Campillo played an exceptional game.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Exceptional game.
Yeah.
But all right. Henry Martin, when's the last time he scored?
Dude, I don't even remember. And not to Chivas outplayed América. This didn't influence in the game. But Campillo got away with like 2-3 calls where he literally from the TV you could see is pushing him and they weren't calling shit. They didn't call anything. I mean, to his credit, he did have a great game, but I've been seeing a lot of like stuff. I think you might have sent me something where it's like hyping up Campillo. I'm like, yeah, he had a good game, but like relax.
Nah, yeah, I was just doing it just to piss you off.
Like low-key Pantera gave him more trouble in like 10, 15 minutes, whatever he played, than Henry did all game. They should have subbed him out sooner, but anyways.
But yeah, like if you have fucking Toro and Nico Ibanez face off both of them with Campillo and fucking Prietito Daniel Aguirre, bro, you're gonna dog walk the fuck out of him. What the fuck? Body up.
Yeah, I think. But even then, because Cruz Azul plays with two up top and Chivas has three, they still have that numerical advantage. That's why I think tactically, I think Chivas has the edge, but they still have to wait and see how that translates on the field.
Yeah.
But now that you guys have those two guys, I feel like you need to rely more on your wing backs to actually provide them service, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because those guys, those two forwards specifically, their playing style is kind of, in order to get the best out of them, they need balls in the box.
Yeah. But I think, too, what's going to help them a lot is that we have Palavecino and Paradela that are going to be able to find them in open space. And don't even forget that Charlie, too, bro. Charlie, who a lot of people are trying to snub my goat out of the conversation of not being a starter for Mexico in this World Cup, bro, he's gonna fucking. And then don't forget the last time he faced off with you guys, he chipped you guys from outside our 18.
The goal was so nasty. I was dying,
bro. So, oh my god, just a masterclass performance by Chad.
Oh, a revenge game though
for
last Liguilla.
For Chivas, it's going to be. For us, it's just going to be another game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but this could be like their revenge game because they're going to be hot. Like, damn, this team knocked us out.
They're going to play with a lot more emotions, and we're just going to play with... Know what I'm saying?
Okay. You're going to make them run around the field while you guys have the ball?
Yeah.
Just touch up on them?
Touch up on them in that midfield. Like I said, in the midfield is where we're going to have to win that
So
game.
oh, you already gave a prediction. 3-2.
3-2.
I was going to say, so what? Cruz Azul 3-0?
3-2. You could, I guess, lock it in Oromiga goal, but he just gets one off of a corner kick because we are terrible in la pelota parada. We're terrible, bro. We still haven't fixed that shit from last season.
Hey, low-key, though, you have to give Gudiño credit. He stepped up.
He, honestly, keep him in the goal.
Really?
Keep him in the goal.
Because low-key, Mia'd be chalking it sometimes, huh?
Because we don't really use... The Mier system, I guess I'll say it as like a Mier system, is the back line has to play up so high for him to be able to use his feet and just have him as a, another player to, feed our players up top. But we don't do that with Gudiño, and you've seen that it's caused us to not make as many mistakes.
Yeah.
Even not because if we're constantly feeding the ball to our center backs to try to, come out playing, they're gonna end up fucking one up, and we've seen it time and time again. And we don't play with that risk this season.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah, we could move on, but we'll dive up deeper too with the Milito ball and his play style in a little bit. But next game, Battle of Mid.
Nah, Mazatlan is ass.
Yeah.
Tijuana's mid.
Mazatlan cancel each other.
We still have a battle of ass.
Yeah.
Give me Tijuana at home, bro.
Yeah, give me Tijuana at home too. Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got for that game.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Sunday's game. Pumas versus Monterrey. What do you like in this one?
This is a good game, bro. This is a very good game. We're gonna end up finding out who's legit and who's not between the two. Pumas has not lost at all this season.
Yep.
Pumas' last win versus Monterrey, though, was in April 17, 2022. And in the last 12 matchups head-to-head, Pumas has only beat Monterrey twice. But just the way this Pumas team has been offensively, again, they were losing to Puebla, and they gave them a remontada. I just don't think they caused those mistakes this time around. I think Pumas is going to edge out a win over Monterrey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I have this game as a tie, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Monterrey is still the better team, but because they're away from home, I think Pumas finds a way to come out with the tie for this game.
Okay.
Moving on to the next game. Candidate for Battle of Ass. Querétaro versus Juárez. Querétaro has won 4 of the last 5 matchups between these two teams. But both of these teams are really struggling in their current form.
Yeah.
Juárez hasn't won in the last 5 games, and Querétaro has only won 1 in their last 6 games. Having said that, I'm going to take Querétaro at home because I think they have more dynamic players up top. I have one of my hidden gems, Mateo Coronel, but also Johan Julio is a player to look out for. He had 2 goals the other week, and he's a dynamic player that might get a hidden gem shout soon if he keeps it up. He's a good player. Yeah,
I agree with everything you said, and I think as well that Querétaro has a better roster in my opinion compared to this Juárez team. But I think this is a good way to segment into our hidden gem of the week, because my hidden gem of the week, bless you,
thank you,
is actually on this Querétaro team.
Really?
So let me dive in. So my hidden gem of the week is 22-year-old Uruguayan defensive midfielder Santiago Homenchenko, who plays obviously for Querétaro. He is currently on loan with Querétaro from Pachuca. And I can guarantee that by the end of this year, he will be playing with one of the top 6 Liga MX teams. His one-on-one skills to win duels are just one of the very polished defensive abilities Homencheko has in his artillery. He is a workhorse in that midfield, recovering, intercepting, and distributing progressive passes to his offense. His expected tackles per 90 minutes are 3.2. His interceptions per 90 minutes is 2.16, and his recoveries per 90 minutes is 4.16. His best game came in last season versus Cruz Azul, where if you guys remember, he scored twice, and one of those goals where he shot the ball like 60 yards out, catching Kevin Mier lacking. He scored it from like their midfield. So that's kind of when he started catching my attention, and he had a masterclass performance against Cruz Azul last season. So that is my hidden gem of the week.
Nice.
Who's yours?
I got Franco, your tocayo, Rosano.
Yep.
América Canterano, who, América actually still has his rights. He's on loan with Necaxa right now. He's a 20-year-old left back, obviously Mexican. He had 3 assists in one game against San Luis, which currently puts him tied for first in the league for assists. Obviously, he's a very good passer. He has good technical ability on the ball. I liken him to, in terms of playing style, to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good crosser of the ball, but limited as a defender.
Okay.
But I think this is a dynamic young player that has a lot of potential. And, it's actually funny. America had to go out and buy a left back this season when they, easily could have just brought him into the squad. But one thing I want to note is that against the San Luis game, his 3 assists showed his versatility as a passer, because for the first one, he kind of moved in centrally and picked out his teammate with the through ball. And then the second one, it was a long cross, like an aerial one.
Okay.
And then the third one, it was kind of like a low, like tiro centro.
Okay.
So it was 3 assists, but they all came. It wasn't just like, he's just crossing in and hoping somebody to find another end. He's very methodical with his passes, and he demonstrates his high technical ability with his passes. So keep an eye out for Franco Rosano. And hopefully, if he has a really good tournament, he might be a dark horse to make the Mexican national team for the World Cup, because there isn't a lot of options at left back for Mexico.
Mateo Chavez, Gallardo, Cotorro, he'd probably be 4th.
Yeah,
but
I'm saying
for
like
future's sake.
But I mean, like, there's nobody has that spot locked down. I don't think.
Yeah, nah. I think Brian Gonzalez might have it locked.
You think so?
Yeah, and then Mateo Chavez too, bro.
Like, for sure a spot in the roster, but I think I feel like that's been one of the positions recently with Mexico where it's been a little bit lacking in terms of options.
Yeah, but I mean, this is why we made this segment, because this is a hidden gem, and this is somebody who could eventually end up being in that spotlight and who could end up making a name for themselves within the next season or two. So
still only 20 years old.
20 years old. He's very young. He could be the future for Mexico in that position, given if something happens to Cotorro or something happens to Mateo Chavez, he could be that third one in line. Because Gallardo, from here on out, I think this has to be his last World Cup.
Oh, for sure.
And he just has to, set off in the sunset, because he somehow got to 3 World Cups.
I think it actually is going to end up being Gallardo, because he's probably the best defender out of all the left backs. The other guys are better, going forward. Yeah. But you know how Vasco is. He likes to be very solid.
Yeah, and I'm surprised he didn't really get a call-up this the call-up list just came out. He wasn't on there, but I think for future's sake, past this World Cup and on, I would like to see him, get called up to the national team. And you guys heard his name here first. Remember that. So let's move on. You want to dive into that Chivas versus America recap a little bit more? Or?
Yeah, I think we kind of already talked on some points, but I think Chivas showcased how good of a team they are against America. They've been doing it all season, but I think against this team, like this caliber of team, they really demonstrated that they solidified themselves as the team to beat. I think. I think right now they have to be the favorites to win the whole thing. And I thought it was a great performance by Chivas. They were clearly the better team. They play like a well-oiled machine, bro. With Milito ball, I feel like I see influences of Guardiola, because if you remember, Milito played for Guardiola for a couple of years at Barca. Some of those principles from those teams, don't get me wrong, they're not fucking prime Barca.
Yeah.
But they're that like fast pace, intense, dynamic playing style is something that I see in both teams. Guardiola's sides would overload zones of the pitch and build the ball up methodically. And the overlapping runs from the fullback, something that, we see a lot of in the modern game. And defensively, they aggressively pressure the ball as soon as they lose it to gain possession of the ball higher up the pitch. So some of those principles, I feel like Milito was influenced from having played with Guardiola.
Yeah.
But another thing about this Chivas team is that every player understands their role. And you can tell that he has a clear game plan every game. And the Chivas players are disciplined and stay within the game plan of the game. They are very compact and very good between the lines, especially defensively. Because anytime America would get on the ball, Chivas didn't allow them to set up comfortably. It was constant pressure, and they didn't allow America to build out of the back, which caused America to resort to having to play long to Henry. And, we already talked about how he was nullified by Campillo, but I've been really impressed with this Chivas team. The stats back up that they're the best team, but they also passed the eye test. On the ball, they make it look easy. The way they pass the ball, they don't hesitate to make the right pass. And they also don't play it short all the time. So even though they're a team that's very good at retaining possession, they aren't afraid to give up the ball, which is refreshing to see, because in the modern game where possession is sacred, it causes players to be hesitant and not take chances out of fear of losing the ball. And you don't see that with this Chivas team. Like I said, they're not scared of taking risks with their passes, even though they execute at a high level. And they just have a good setup tactically where they have numerical advantages throughout the pitch that allows them to break lines easily. You saw it against the América team. And, we talked about those overlapping runs with those two good wingbacks. I think that's a very important part of their game. In terms of playing style, this is the best Chivas has looked in, honestly, probably like 20 years. They still only beat America 1-0 off a set play, though. So, we'll see.
No, and I completely agree. But one thing, I guess, this Milito team, like I said, they play very high possession. What surprises me a lot of this team is they are kind of a replica of that Anselmi team that we saw with Cruz Azul. But the difference amongst those two teams is that Milito doesn't play the way Anselmi played with the high back line. Anselmi's play style was more high risk, high reward. With Milito, it's have your libero, which in this case would be Romo, but like how we saw with the America game, it was Campillo, where he comes out playing with the ball, but as soon as he comes out past his defensive third, he had to find Govea or also right away. Milito doesn't play the way Anselmi was playing, where Aguirre would have to find a way, to control the ball and carry it all the way to, their own half, where that's what Anselmi was doing with Dita, with POV, with even Carlos Salcedo at that time, where he was having them carry all the ball all the way up to our own half. But instead, what Milito does is, like how you were explaining, is having those win backs find the ball, carry the ball up offensively, and carry that ball into the opponent's half. And that's where they're the strongest, because those two wingbacks are the best wingbacks in the league by far. Richie does it very well, and so does Cotorro. Cotorro playing, he's a preseason Liga MX player, but Richie being, having that European experience, kind of, you see how well polished he is on the ball, and even fighting,
He had a really good game.
Yeah.
The América had to adjust and play 5 in the back because they were just exposing that left side of América's defense.
Yeah. So, and, I think this Chivas team is a lot better than what that Cruz Azul team was on paper with their players, but the stats say otherwise though. Anselmi had way better stats than Milito does.
I'm not sure if they were better than Anselmi's Cruz Azul on paper. Are you saying that this Chivas team has more talent?
Yeah. But even last season's...
I don't know.
Last season's Chivas team was better than Cruz Azul's team that first season with Anselmi.
Was Bogues there when Anselmi was there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Look, let me read you off. I'll read you off the lineup against América on the final where we lost, which was Anselmi's first season. And then I'll read you off Chivas's lineup for when they lost to Cruz Azul in the Liguilla.
Okay.
So I'll start off with Cruz Azul, Kevin Mier, Dita, Carlos Salcedo, Piovi, and then Huescas. Which, damn, low key that defense.
I don't know about Huescas.
That defense is low key.
Gotta change your pick.
I might have to change my pick. And then was Rotondi on there? Well, obviously Rotondi was the reason why we fucking lost. So yeah, midfield was Charlie, Rivero, and then Faravelli, and then Antuna, and then our striker was Sepu. And then let me read you.
I don't know, bro.
Damn, but low key right now, that roster looks better, a lot better on paper than what this Chivas team did. So this Chivas team, their starting lineup for when they played Cruz Azul and they lost against them in the quarterfinals is Kate Cow, Efra, Piojo. That's also Govea, Romo, Ledesma, Cotorro, Castillo, and Daniel Aguirre, and then on goal it's Rangel.
Yeah, I think I like the Cruz Azul team more. But here's the thing: I think the Chivas roster is actually better now than that one.
It is.
Because now that with the ascension of obviously Hormiga,
Yeah. But you want to hear their first season stats? So Milito's first season stats was 9 wins, 2 ties, 6 losses. Anselmi's first season stats was 10 wins, 3 ties, 4 losses. Now their Liguilla was obviously, their record was 1 tie, 1 loss for Milito. Anselmi was 2 wins, 2 ties, 2 losses. But Anselmi was able to take Cruz Azul all the way to the final and lose in a very controversial way. There was nothing controversial of the way Milito lost.
Yeah. So you're saying Anselmi ball is better? Or that team was better than this Chivas team?
I can't say that I can't say that the Cruz Azul team was better. I think the Chivas team is better.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now, this Chivas team is better.
But you know what? I think offensively, Anselmi's team was probably better.
Anselmi's team was way better. Way better. But again, that Anselmi team was very high risk, high reward. Because the way he had that backline playing.
I think Milito's is a better defensive team because of how like they're all... They're very structured defensively, and then they pressure very well as a team. Like they're like compact between the lines, so it's very hard to kind of break through their defense.
But so was the Anselmi team. if you remember, we were high press, but just again, the way we would lose was we were losing by mistakes in the back. Obviously, that first season, a lot of the way that we played was having a midfielder or having Seppu playing up top, and then having Antuna kind of helping him, but he would kind of drift out on the wing, and then Rotondi or Piovi would just find him and then cross that ball and have him just beat the defender one-on-one.
I think it's because how I'm remembering Anselmi's Cruz Azul is like when they would play América, and I feel like they wouldn't take as many risks against América. They would sit, they would sit more of in a lower back, because they would match up. Because Cruz Azul back then was like one of the few teams that would play 5 in the back, and so that kind of gave them a tactical advantage. But by the time they played each other in the final, América was also playing with 5 in the back, so it was like Anselmi, I think, kind of recognized that and was like, okay, we can't take as many risks against this team. So that's why how I'm remembering Anselmi's team is a little bit more defensive than they actually were.
Yeah, no, but that's a good way. That's a good thing that you bring that up, because that's what we saw with Milito's Chivas team. When they were playing against América, is that they were kind of holding that ball back a little bit.
Like on possession, or when they would defend? When
they were like on possession.
I thought they started off really hot, and then as the game went on, they did cool off a bit. Yeah. But I think they were pretty aggressive with the ball, because they were still, even though they have that, I don't want to say it's not a slow build-up, but even though they have good link-up play and they can move the ball up, they still at times aren't afraid to be very direct and just use Hormiga as an outlet at times, you know? So I think that's what makes their playing style a bit more versatile. But yeah, I still think I favor Anselmi's teams when they were on the ball.
No.
Because they were more of like a...
We were more offensively, and we were way more direct than this team was, though. Because we were always having to go up. Like, when our center backs had the ball, you knew we were going to find somebody up top. We knew that somebody was going to make a run for that triangular pass to go up, like we'll make that progression forward. Yeah,
you guys were definitely more aggressive in your coming out playing.
Yeah. But we were always coming out playing. It wasn't. We weren't playing that swing the ball.
That's true.
From left to right. Yeah. And it was always go forward, go forward. Find that progressive, that progressive pass forward. But there's a reason why Cruz Azul looked for Milito to replicate that Anselmi play style, because when Vicente Sanchez stepped down, we were gonna have Milito be Cruz Azul's coach, and we fumbled that. I don't know what happened.
Damn, that would have been crazy.
I don't know what happened to Milito ultimately deciding Chivas over Cruz Azul, but he would have, this Cruz Azul team was the perfect mold for him just to come in and just do what he's doing with Chivas.
Yeah.
But ultimately, he would have had a different team than what he does now.
Yeah.
And I do like the Chivas players that he's picked, the Chivas USA players he's picked up.
Yeah. I like Ledesma. Honestly,
I fuck with Ledesma heavy.
I didn't know he was like that good.
I didn't either. And then I was low-key paying attention when he was in Europe. I was watching some of those PSV games, and he did not look the way he did back then, bro. He didn't look that well on the ball.
Yeah.
Even going forward, he didn't look that, composed.
Yeah.
But now he just looks like a way different player.
And I think some of that you have to give credit to Milito, because maybe it's some of him developing him as a player,
Yeah.
Putting him in positions to showcase his talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's like one thing that's like really impressed me about Milito is that you can tell that I feel like he made the Chivas players make better decisions, like read the game better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, especially in the beginning of the game, it felt like they were just like always knew where to go with the ball, who to pick out. Like in certain situations, like even though they overload when they're on the ball, they recognize that when the spaces are tight, if they just switch the play, it creates space and they could basically restructure and go out, attack on the other side. So that's one thing that stands out, is that it seems like these Chivas players are playing, making better decisions, and I think Milito deserves credit for that.
Yeah, he definitely does.
One thing too that I wanted to talk about, I've been seeing people say, like, should this be the base for Mexico's team? And my problem with that is they're comparing it to when they did that with Piojo and the base was América players.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you have to take Milito too. Because you took the América base, but you also took the América coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
What do you think?
I feel you. I mean, Chivas fans, bro, like, they're just in this delusion that, like, just because they play with all Mexican players that they should be the boss. But I think they forgot that, it's American-born players on that team. It's not just, Mexican players on that team anymore.
Yeah, I don't think...
Honestly, bro, you have to build around Mora for that selección.
At this World Cup?
You have to build around your best player. Who's your best player?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say he's the best player right now.
You'd have to build around Raul Jimenez and what is going to allow him to score goals.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You have to build the Mexico team to who can we surround Mora with, and that'll help him feed Raul. Yeah.
And I don't think the Chivas players should be the base for the selección. But their playing style, if Mexico can find a way to implement that, then I would like that. I would like to see Mexico adopt this playing style. But again, you need the coach to implement that style. Mm-hmm. And obviously you need the players, but I think you could take some of those Chivas players, like the wingbacks, I think would be a good option. But the thing is, you'd have to play 5 in the back.
Their wingbacks have to be the starters at the World Cup.
Because, like, you can't play those two guys that are that good going forward in a back 4. Mm-mm. You just get too exposed. Yeah. Unless you play a back 4 and then you have, like, a player like Lira as a DM and then he tucks in and makes it a back 3.
Or Edson.
Or Edson. But he's out now.
He's out. Yeah. Bro,
that's crazy.
Yeah, the injuries, bro, has been... Yeah. It's been astronomically defeating for us because, bro, it's like 8 players that I think that are just injured now.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of players.
You know who I was thinking about the other day that we completely forgot because they're injured? Chavez. Mm-hmm. And at one point, he was low-key Mexico's best player.
Midfielder. Yeah. But now it's like...
Yeah, bro, a lot of injuries.
Huesca, Santi.
You got to see how they'll be. Even Gilmora. It's not like a significant injury, but...
Yeah, he caught HIV like fucking Lamine.
Like, you have to... Like, it's concerning. Yeah. Because some of the best pieces are like, how are they going to be in form? Yeah. Come June. We're going to have to start ramping up our World Cup coverage as we get closer.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that is something we're going to have to tap into. But I want to know something real quick, because if we're on the talk of, the base being, Chivas players being the base for the selección, mm-hmm. Since, for this Liga MX tournament, a lot of the World Cup players are going to, leave during the Liguilla. Does this championship deserve an asterisk on it? Like, is this championship equivalent to the NBA's bubble season? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, is this championship, like, say...
I don't think the bubble should have an asterisk.
How, say whoever the championship
the champion is, yeah,
of this league, there's always going to be that argument of, like, oh, but so-and-so didn't have their best players because so-and-so was in the World Cup. Yeah. So there's going to be that argument looking forward.
I only think we'll hear about it is if if Chivas gets a lot of their players called up.
Because Chivas fans are already making that excuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll only be an asterisk if a lot of Chivas players get called up and they don't.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only
that's the only
scenario
fan base
where we'll hear about it a lot. But like if those players don't get called up, or if Chivas like does win, no one's gonna be like, oh, but you know, because think about it, who would other than Chivas, maybe Tigres would be affected by like key players. Toluca.
Toluca is gonna be one of them. Cruz Azul. I mean, they're saying Charlie isn't gonna leave anymore, so because of Hidalgo. So Cruz Azul isn't gonna have that many players at the World Cup except for Lira.
Yeah.
It's just going to be Lira. Because Chiquete Orozco is going to stay because Maguire came out saying that he's not going to be healthy in time. So we're going to have Chiquete as a backup on our bench. We're going to have Charlie with the best midfield players, La Doble P, Palavecino, and Paradela. So I'm not trying to get too excited, bro.
Yeah.
But, like, it's almost looking green, bro. Our biggest fucking hurdle...
Don't do it.
...is in the mud.
Don't jinx them.
Our biggest hurdle is in the mud.
Who?
Chivas. América. We're going to dog walk Chivas. And
again?
And if their fucking boss... And if their whole team is going to the World Cup, like how these fucking Chivas fans...
They're not, though.
It's only going to be like 3 or 4.
Maybe.
Because Brian Gonzalez or Brian Gutierrez, he's not going. Bro, this is barely going to be his fucking third game playing. Because he got called up in his third game for the World for Mexico. He's not going to go.
I don't think Piojo and Evra would go. I think...
One of them is going to get snubbed.
Yeah, right. So
either you take Evra or you take Piojo.
Yeah, I don't think you take both.
Both, no.
Because, like, they've been good, but they haven't been like, oh, you have to take them.
Yeah.
You know? Hormiga may or may not go. I think he should go.
At this point, he has to go.
Yeah.
But who are you going to sit him out for? You either sit out Quiñones, you either sit out fucking... We always forget his name. Monterrey.
Berterame? I think Berterame going to MLS kind of chalked it for him.
Fucked it for him, yeah.
Because, you know, like I think Acha said it, like when you play in the MLS, they they don't really take you into account for the Mexican national team. Mm-hmm. So he kind of like played himself for wanting to play with Messi. Now he's probably not going to go to a World Cup. But that's Aguirre's guy though, low key, because he had him in Monterrey. So we don't know for sure. But other than that, like no Chivas midfielder is going to go. I don't think.
Tala's going to go though. So who's going to be their backup goalie? That'll fucking work.
Yeah. I think Ledesma should go.
Ledesma, Cotorro.
Maybe Romo. Maybe.
Romo has to go if Edson's still injured.
Oh, yeah. Now that's true, actually. So, actually, it might be 3 or 4, now that I think about it.
3 or 4? Wait, because... Okay, Richie.
Campillo has to go.
Cotorro. He can... Now that Chiquete is injured, bro, I think you might have to make an argument. But Campillo...
He has to, like, really, really ball this season.
What a lot of people are forgetting, though, is that Campillo's 27 years old, dog.
That's crazy.
Campillo's a little old.
Dang, he's 27?
He's 27. He's 27.
Dang. He's low-key unk.
A little bit. He's barely solidifying himself. Look. Oh, no, he's 24.
I was going to say, that sounds a little bit... I actually thought he was younger than 24, though. Because I feel like I just started hearing about him, like...
He was good.
The last year or two.
He was playing with Juarez for a little bit, and then he made that jump to Chivas.
But I was just saying that, like, to, like...
Because they're hyping him up so much.
Yeah, because they're glazing.
I think he does make it, though.
You think so?
I think he does. Chiquete, Orozco not being healthy.
Okay, but... For center, because there's only going to be 2 center backs, I'm assuming, starting. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, right now, it's looking like Montes and Johan. Mm-hmm. Reyes is going to go for sure. Israel from América.
For what?
Bro, come on.
He's not even...
Reyes is way better than Campillo.
put the brakes a little bit. No, he's not. Right now.
Bro, he had one good game.
No,
he
bro,
doesn't even start for them. The only reason he played is because Romo was out.
He was injured though. He was battling injury, and he just came back. He just came back from injury.
Reyes clears Campillo, and even if Campillo somehow like manages to prove that he's better, he doesn't have enough like. He hasn't been doing it as long as Reyes has.
And I think what helps Reyes is that he could play a right back.
Yeah, he's more versatile.
If they play with 4 in the back. So I could see.
But actually, now that you say that, outside of those 3, I don't even know who else stands out at center back for Mexico.
The youngster from Toluca, Everardo Lopez.
The one. You know who Campillo reminds me of? He kind of plays like Ramon Juarez from América. Like a big center back, good in the air.
Ramon Juarez?
Yeah.
Ramon Juarez was a little small one, no?
Nah, he's big.
No, you're confusing him with Reynoso.
What? Reynoso?
Ramon Juarez. Ramon Juarez was a small one, no?
No.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you're thinking of Leo Suarez.
No, my bad. I thought you were talking about Ramoncito Morales.
Nah, no, but I'm saying like Campillo has like that same kind of profile as Ramon Juarez. I don't think Juarez is going to go though.
No, because they don't even fuck with him in America.
Yeah, but that's América.
Hey, look. You know where he's going next?
Cruz Azul? Oh, here you go.
Ramon. Bro, that was hella religious.
I do always see him like praying.
Nah, he came out that
he's religious and he came out?
How they were shagging his boy Kevin Alvarez, and that fool hopped on TikTok and was like, I see you guys making fun of, my player, but we can make a prayer for all these people making fun of, my teammates, something. Here's this like Bible verse where we can all pray together.
And that's funny to you?
Yeah, it was a little funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Blasphemous ass.
It was funny. It was funny a little
crazy.
Bit. It was funny, bro, because I didn't think he was religious like that.
So being religious is funny?
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, but that shit kind of did make me laugh.
That was like, honestly, doing that publicly is kind of funny though. Like,
that's
guys, let's take a moment. Like,
yeah. And he opened up the Bible and just started spitting.
It's because like on the internet, everybody gets roasted. So the fact that he's like, hey, let's not, you know what I mean?
And
why can't we all get along?
Yeah, typology.
But one thing, now that we talk about Kevin Alvarez, they are low-key going in on him crazy. And I feel like part of it really isn't his fault, because I feel like it's been said for seasons now that he's not really a right back. He's more of a right wing back. And if you put him in a back 4, you're asking to get exposed. Granted, most of his issues lately have also been offensively. Like, he's been bad on the ball. Mm-hmm. But I still don't think Jardine is putting him in a position to see the best version of Kevin Alvarez.
And his confidence is fucking shot, bro.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case too.
Confidence is super shot right now. It's a time to change it up, change the scenery for him.
I would probably agree with that, because unless he like steps it up, it might be time for him. It might be beneficial for both sides if he moves on. I think so. If things don't improve.
Especially the way this Chivas team is going. I think they just need to find, a fresh breath of air and find somebody else.
Kevin Alvarez, the Chivas, or what do you mean?
I don't even know who would benefit from him right now. Tigres, maybe? Monterrey, Toluca. No, because Toluca has a super young right wing.
It'd have to be a team that plays with 5 in the back, though. Otherwise, you're gonna be overpaying for.
But with Pachuca, he was playing right back. He wasn't playing right wing back.
But that team, like, I feel like with that team, they were so dynamic.
Him and Cotorro too, bro.
Yeah, like they were so dynamic and offensive that it was like teams had to adjust to them. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are my 2 cents.
Send him to Juarez.
Bro, and in that game, the only America player that was doing shit was Brian. Bro would take on a player or two, and then just like that was it.
I think he's overrated, bro.
Here you go.
He's overrated to me.
No, he's not, bro.
He's super overrated.
He's the best winger in Liga MX.
Over who? Who you claiming this over?
Well, Vega's injured right now. But like who other than like what winger comes to mind?
Linus?
Yeah, Linus is good, but Brian's faster. He's better with his weaker foot. Stronger.
He's
Cuter.
just faster and he just cuts back.
Cuter.
Bro,
Well, actually, Linus is an America Canterano, so I might have to change my take. Nah, I'm just playing. No, but yeah, I think so. But he can pass a little too, Brian can.
He just...
But actually, it might be Zendejas. Because Zendejas might be better than Brian.
Zendejas back to
He's
Chivas?
just been getting injured. Hell nah. Nah.
He'd be the type to flip-flop.
But he's another one of those...
Chivas USA players, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Fucking Chivas USA players.
Chivas USA.
Where's the dignity?
I'm glad that's a new narrative now.
Where's the dignity in Chivas?
So,
bro?
yeah, so now that just makes me think about it. Did Chivas sold out on their identity in order to have success?
Mm-hmm. Because they weren't fighting with anybody else.
They were like, we've been asked for so many years, like we have to switch up our identity and our philosophy. And now they're trying to like some of them it makes sense, but the Cowell one was a reach. That was the one where I was like, bro, like.
And the Omeño one, the one that played for Peru.
Yeah, that one was crazy. And that happened a while ago too. So lucky they've been doing it for a minute.
Well, Zendejas was the first one that I remember. No, actually, who's the dark Prieto center back that they had?
Wiki?
Nah. He was on the 2017 championship team. That he was born in like the U.S. but he played for Chivas. He's fucking fake. I have his face right here. I just don't remember.
Center back?
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, they've been doing it for a while.
Didn't Salcedo live in the U.S. too?
No, he was always... He was Prieto as they come from Mexico.
Nah, he's not that much.
Yeah. Pretty prietito. Got that stand-up hair. That fucking piojo hair.
That...
My shit started to look like piojo from the back, bro. I'm gonna go get this shit cut tomorrow.
For real? It's time?
This fucking time. I don't know how people do it, bro.
I'm gonna fuck that fool up. I'm saying it ahead of time.
I might just go.
When was the last time you had a cut?
It's been like a month.
For real?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna grow it out though.
I was, but I can't do it
can't
no
do it?
more. I can't do it.
You can't wear a hat to work?
Nah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I can't.
That's kind of hard. Like if you can always wear a hat, it's not a big deal. But
I can't. I can't. I gotta cut this shit. I need my beard too. I gotta look cute for when Cruz Azul wins against Chivas. I'm so mad. I'm only gonna be able to watch first half. But all right, should we wrap it up?
let's wrap it up.
All right. So there you guys have it. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Help us get to 100 subscribers. We're 10 subs away. You guys definitely helped us. From the last time we were here, we've gained 15 subs. So help us get to 100. The ultimate goal is get past 500. But little by little,
let's go for 1,000.
Little by little, yeah. We'll reach 1,000. But we gotta build it brick by brick.
Inshallah. Shout out to my Muslim people.
Happy Ramadan.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Abdul Akbar.
Okay, now you're getting disrespectful.
Wait,
Shout out to my boy Josie.
What does that mean?
Wait, what'd you say?
Abdul Akbar.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you meant Allahu Akbar.
Oh yeah. There you go. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's alright.
I'm new to that. I'm barely learning.
But you went to school, no?
Yeah, but I got expelled from that school,
bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But anyways, yeah, help us get to 100 subs. Remember, don't quote us.
Let's write.
Peace.